Day 11 of reading from the book Faeries' as we get to know the deck made by Brian Frout and Jessica Macbeth. It's been a lovely trip to the world of fairies so far, and hopefully today I won't be besieged with technical challenges. So let's get on with the card. Again, I've got Nelys the Alchemist. She's like a mainstay. Every other day she shows up. If not Nelys, then yesterday it was the Undressing the Salad card, which is, again, a choice, or rather, a card about balance, about two elements coming together, which is basically alchemy. So let's start with card number 1, or Unity. Card number 1, Unity. Union, mystical experience, spiritual home. Unity comes first and last. In between, we have the illusion of duality, which we all believe in for a very long time. This apparent duality is ultimately shown to be an illusion, but it's an illusion through which we must pass, through which we learn and grow, and then once again return to unity. You may have had mystical experiences where you have had true union with other beings, or even with the unity, the one who is all. Such experiences change our lives, effectively showing us that the saying, "we are all one," is not just a pious belief, but is a statement of actual fact. And it goes on, and then we'll just skip to the starter reading, where it says, when this card comes up in a reading, it's asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others, and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need the active cooperation of others. And to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than in lines of hierarchical authority. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we move ahead. It's important at this time that we work toward cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good of all involved, and not merely your idea of highest good. Ask for the divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you. In the reverse, we may have become overly focused on the differences and disagreements that separate us from others, and this may be preventing us from achieving our potential for fulfillment and happiness. We may feel alienated, unwanted, and lonely. If this is so, we need to refocus on what we have in common with those around us, far and near. We may need to heal our own attitudes and our beliefs that contribute to these feelings of separation, and we could usefully consider how we might find reconciliation with others. Forgiveness may be a key. Prejudice and judgmental and critical attitudes all push us farther into the delusion of separateness and loneliness. Move toward allowing others to be closer to you, gradually dropping the defensive attitudes that hold them away and keep you alone. Don't wait for others to make the first move toward reconciliation and connection, but reach out to them with compassion and selflessness. This may be difficult, even very difficult at first, requiring self-study and inner work, possibly with the help of skilled teachers or therapists. In meditation and prayer, ask to be in communion with a unity deep within yourself. In unity, there is trust, love, and ecstasy. Moving on to the Singer of Courage, card number 8. Card number 8, the Singer of Courage, is about bravery, sublimation of fear, and moral strength. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, this belief about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have we the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives? We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. Because, as Jessica writes here in the preface, courage is not the absence of fear, but that which enables us to experience fear and not be stopped by it. It's what enables us to do what we believe to be right, even when there is pressure from others around us to do otherwise. It also enables us to go ahead into the unknown, where there are no guarantees of safety or security. Ordinary living takes courage, and I agree with that. And to rise above the ordinary into the extraordinary takes even more courage. One of the keys to courage is to consider the fear and find a way to let the energy of the fear itself power the action. That is true courage. In the reverse, discard, or when the song of courage has grown faint, we feel overcome by fear and self-doubt. The questions we need to ask ourselves begin with, what am I really afraid of? Quite often, deep soul-searching enables us to discover that our true fears are hidden behind our false fears. It's impossible to face false fears because they're merely shapeshifters and shadows without substance, continually changing form. Facing a real fear is much easier because it doesn't keep changing the rules and moving the goalposts. The question then becomes, what can I do to open my heart to courage so when I feel fear, I can follow through on what I want and need to do? An Oracle group member wisely suggested another question to ask. She said to ask, what else is present? When fear of any kind arises, more space is allowed in the heart if one acknowledges the fear, while at the same time looking for whatever else besides the fear is also there. Thus, one neither ignores nor gives too much focus to the fear itself, and more space opens up within which the fear can be explored and liberated. Well, that's good advice, because oftentimes they don't come as isolated incidents. There are other factors that accompany the fear. And sometimes, too, from personal experience, I get this feeling of anxiety, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So I haven't yet covered Arvel Parrot, but I have covered, but he is just in the back of the card. He was behind the Singer of Courage. Singer of Courage was in the back of the deck, bottom card. I have Unity and Nelys the Alchemist. Nelys I've covered a few days back. And these were my cards for the day, which among other readings that I've heard, which uncannily resonate with this. In fact, this is an encouragement. Singer of Courage, Unity echoes the King of Pentacles message. An encouragement for me to follow the spark of creativity and to indulge in things that make my heart float with the Eight of Cups so I can achieve a well-rounded success with the King of Pentacles here. And that's very much similar to the Unity card. Again, a process of alchemy with Nelys here. And the Singer of Courage, obviously, encouraging courage to step forward, to boldly step forward and claim this new chapter. And that closes my reading for the day. Thank you, fairies. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors, for guiding me. Thank you to all of you as well for indulging me in my audio journal.